Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I am your host of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. My name is David Bradley, Senior Sales and Marketing Manager with Grant Cardone. Hey, don't make a thing out of the senior thing. It just means I've been here a while. All right, so what do we do on the Cardone Solutions Podcast? Well, it's very simple. Very simple. Simple, not always easy. What we do. Well, look, let me go back a little bit. Cardone Training Technologies, 80%, 85% probably of what we do here is 100% free. So my job, my intention, my plan is to make sure that the free content we're putting out there is delivered to you with maximum value. So I'm going out into cyberspace. I'm going to find some of that free stuff. This could be a blog post that Grant wrote. This could be maybe an infographic that he threw up on Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn, right? A video on YouTube, an email that went out, right? Anything, right? I'm going to take it. I'm going to dissect it. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to plug in maximum value. I'm going to give you some exercises to go with it. I'm going to give it back to you, and you can take it, learn from it, and then plug it into your sales and your business and your life. Cool, right? Yeah, I'm having fun doing it. Hopefully you're having fun listening to it, which brings me to this. If you are enjoying it, if you're getting some value out of it, if it is a rip-roaring good time, please make sure that you have subscribed. First-timers, welcome. Thank you for being here. Long-time listeners, you're awesome, and I love you. Thank you. If you haven't had a chance to leave a review, please do so. Throw me some stars, throw me some thumbs up, throw me some faves. Share it would be awesome sauce. Wherever it is that you spend most of your time on the social media, if it's benefiting you, then I promise you it will benefit somebody else. Don't be selfish, man. Share it. Get it out there. Spread the word. All right? So I'm going to get into today's topic, which is this. 4 reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 reasons why Grant Cardone won't retire, and neither should you. What? Right. Neither should you. And I'm going to give you the 4 reasons why after a word from our sponsor. Today's episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast is being brought to you by Grant Cardone's 10X Income System. This is where you learn from the best. Grant Cardone. You will get access to the most comprehensive business training available anywhere. This is guaranteed to increase your income. Where's your income at right now? Would you like more of it? Okay, here's how to do it. Okay, we're going to show you how to grow that primary income. We're going to show you how to add additional flows to that income, grow your pipeline so that they're busting out with opportunity, create passive income for yourself, and to grow your wealth like the 1%. Okay, some of the courses you're going to get from the Grant Cardone's 10X Income System, your 10X Pipeline Hack, your 10X Income Accelerator, 10X Business Development, Persuasion Mastery Program. That'll be good. Personal Dynamic Assessments. Know who you are, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and know exactly what you need to do to get better. Over 800 business courses inside this program, and you can get started immediately over at cardonesolutions.com/10x your income. You can head over to cardonesolutions.com/10x your income for more information or to get started right away. $297 for 92 days of access that recurs every single quarter. Every 92 days, you drop $297 and you got access to this program. Or if you just want to commit to a full year, it is only 997 smackers. No money. Dirt cheap. So head on over to cardonesolutions.com/10x your income and get rolling. Now, on with the show. Okay, here we are. 4 reasons Grant Cardone won't retire, and neither should you. Think about this for a second. How many times do you think Grant Cardone, with a net worth, well, it's up there. So how many times do you think someone has ever rolled up to Grant and said, hey, when are you going to retire, Grant? Or, Grant, how come you just don't retire, man? Right? So I have 2 questions about that inquiry. If you've ever asked that to him, if you've ever thought that, if you've ever wondered it, or maybe somebody else who is incredibly well off. First question would be this. Number 1, why would he anyway retire? And then 2, why are you even asking? What's the intention behind that question? What belief system is fueling that question, right? So Grant in a recent blog post about this, says he's been enjoying life for over 30 years and he plans to keep right on doing it. And as far back as I can remember following Grant, which would have been 2003, he's been very adamant about the idea that retirement is literally a fast track to apathy and death. So here's a quote right out of the 10X rule. Most people work enough so that it feels like work. Whereas successful people work at a pace that gets such satisfying results that work is a reward. Truly successful people don't even call it work. For them, it's a passion. So just if we're throwing out ideas and things for you to germinate on, spend some time with today, what would it be worth for you if your work was perceived and believed and felt fully that it's a reward? What is your passion? What are you passionate about? And is that what you're doing for a living? So this whole retirement thing is just based on some weird, mythical concept that work is bad. Whereas Grant and I are going to tell you, because I'm in full agreement with this, work is life. So for you, if you're not in that frame of mind, then step one is to drop this middle class mindset that work is somehow like a punishment or something that you get through, and that it's separate from who you are. That who you are is separate from what you do. So if you really want to get out of the middle class, raise your hand if you want to escape the middle class. To escape the middle class in dollars and cents, you must escape middle class in how you think. Grant is out there doing his life. I am doing my life. There's no work-life balance here because it's all one thing. Life. So what needs to shift in your think to get there for yourself? Remember, the podcast is about you. It's about me because I enjoy doing it and I have a ton of fun doing it. But ultimately it's about you and it is for you. So what needs to shift in your think to get there for yourself? What permissions do you need to get from you and yourself to make that transition from work to life? So I promised you 4 reasons. 4 reasons Grant Cardone's not going to retire. Thank you for waiting. And here they are. And this is also the 4 reasons why you shouldn't either. Okay, number 1, quitters never win and winners never quit. Quote from the blog, "In my life and business, there's no such thing as a typical day. With possibility and potential around every corner, retiring is the last thing on my mind," unquote. So here's your action idea to go with reason number 1. Quitters never win, winners never quit. Do you spend your days looking at possibility and potential? Or is your day just a grind? The grind is good. Let's not misunderstand each other. The grind is mandatory. The grind can suck. But if that's all there is, then no wonder you're looking forward to retirement. Is it possible? Would you consider grinding hard, but with purpose? 2, enough is never enough. Quote, you ever see a sports team quit a game because they're so far ahead they think they can't lose? Of course not. It doesn't happen on the field or in the court, on the court. And it doesn't happen in Grant's business. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, Grant said, the game never ends. I'll just keep scoring points, which, in my case, means making money and helping others do the same, unquote. So the action idea for you, for doing some homework here, when did you learn that the game ends? Like, who taught you that education stops after college? Have you ever thought you had enough of something, only to harshly learn that in reality you don't? And why would anyone ask, when is enough enough? When there is a God out there still creating the universe. Okay, third reason, complacency is death. Quote unquote, or quote, just quote. One quote? Yeah, quote. We'll just start at quote. Quote, everyone is so focused on the doom and gloom that they can't see the opportunities popping up all over the place, unquote. All right, so some questions for you for your action idea on this one. Quit or swim? Lemons or lemonade? Get on or get off? Remember that from Speed? Okay. Gary Dahl, if you know who that is. I'm going to tell you right now. Gary Dahl became a millionaire in 1975 by selling rocks to people as pets. Come on, man. Rocks. Okay, get out there and do something. Sweet Jesus. 4, expansion is survival. Quote, I lost my father when I was 10 years old. My family and I were left with almost nothing. I painfully learned that anything can happen. I don't ever want my wife or my children to have to worry, so I'm going to provide for them as long as I can. Then there's the family I created at Cardone Enterprises. I know I'm going to have to pass the torch one day. When that happens, I want to make sure that they're in the best shape possible to carry on what I started. Unquote. So the action idea to go with this one, where are you at on that? Think that quote through again. Where are you at on that? And maybe you haven't experienced that level of loss in your life, okay? But to what degree is your commitment to this? I don't ever want my wife or children, family, work, family to have to worry. So I'm going to provide for them for as long as I can. With that wind at your sails, how could you ever make sense of retiring? So let's sum this up, okay? Number 1, quitters never win, winners never quit. 2, enough is never enough. Okay. 3, complacency is death. 4, expansion is survival. Grant says at the end of that blog post, he says, we all got one shot at life, so we have to take our best one. Cue up the M&M. Anything less is a disservice to our community, our coworkers, our family, and, most importantly, ourselves. Be proud of who you are, where you came from, and what you've accomplished thus far, but never ever give yourself permission to be satisfied or think that you are done. You're done when you're dead. And even that in and of itself is highly debatable, depending on what faith you're in and from where I'm sitting. So let's say you're done with this life when you're dead. Is that fair? Odds are really good you're going to have more to do after that anyway. But for now, just go out there and live your best life. Thank you, as always, for tuning into the Cardone Solutions podcast. This has been another awesome episode. 4 reasons why Grant Cardone won't retire, and neither should you. What'd you get out of it? Tweet me over at David R. Bradley on the Twitter. Let me know what you got from this particular podcast. Share it out there if you loved it. Subscribe if you haven't. Thanks again, and let me leave you with the words of Grant Cardone, which is be great, because nothing else pays. Talk to you soon.